Several countries in Latin America are facing an increasing presence of illegal organizations and organized crime, particularly in two regions, Andean region and the Central American region. In both of them, a combination of corruption, lack of accountability, weak rule of law, and the increased profits that drug trafficking generates are creating turmoil after 20 years of democracy. So the question here is how these institutions can react effectively to prevent the destruction of rule of law and achievement that the region had gained in the last 20 years. The drug trade has transformed politics in countries such as Colombia, Venezuela, or Guatemala through the draining of resources, the corruption of public officers, and the destruction of rule of law institutions at a local basis. For example, in Guatemala, the penetration of illicit organizations in the current elections, which are on the verge to second round, is quite obvious. Many candidates have links and associations with local drug trafficking organizations or even Mexican organizations that has penetrated the country from the north, particularly the case of the Zetas. In Colombia, Crisis Group has repeatedly warned about the continuation of these links now with the so-called BACRIM, the criminal gangs, which according to the own government is representing a serious threat for accountability and transparency in local governance. And finally, in Venezuela, the problem is aggravated because there are clear signs that the government itself is involved in corruption and drug trafficking, providing fertile ground for these organizations, particularly in the border with Colombia. Well, there is a regional solution for this problem, and there are a lot of things that can be done to face this threat. First of all, we have to strengthen local institutions at a very local basis. I'm talking about municipalities, local governments, prosecutors and judges, which are on the field facing this threat. They are usually out-resourced and outgunned in their attempt to fight these criminal organizations. Second, there are some experiences that should be interested to follow. For example, the International Commission Against Impunity in Guatemala provides a very good case where the international support and the national will to fight this organization combine efficiently and produce results, particularly in the restoration of confidence, of public confidence in democracy. And third, regional organizations such as the Organization of American States or sub-regional organizations like the Central American System of Integration or UNASUR, the South American Community of Nations, could provide technical assistance, human and financial resources to create efficient units inside, for example, the General Attorney's offices, where you can use high-tech strategies to deal with this threat. At the end, however, we are talking about a global threat, where the participation of the countries of the North, particularly the United States, is crucial, not only at providing resources, but also at assuming its own responsibilities as consumers of the drugs that South and Central American countries are involved with.